All right, welcome to essential tip number 5 of the Essential Tips series that Spirit really guided me to share with you all so that you can have some tools and tips to help you to navigate this incredibly exciting but stressful time of change in our lives right now. And so, in this particular essential tips number 5, you can go ahead and listen to this tips. Just know that 1 through 4 is already there for you to listen to as well. And so I wrote in big bold letters, tend to physical needs. So tip number 5 to really help you navigate this year with some higher levels of ease and effortlessness during your expansion is tend to your body. So, your body and spirit, why you need both for true balance. But in this essential tips number 5, I'm going to focus more on the physical body. So, your body is not your spirit, and your spirit is not your body. But the two are inseparable in your human experience. You might love to meditate, but you resist movement. Or maybe you're dedicated to physical fitness, but you neglect your inner stillness. I get it. I was a meditator. My ex-husband was a bodybuilder. Neither one of us wanted to do what the other one did, but we both actually needed both skills. In this video, I'm going to dive into why tending to your physical body is essential for energy, for clarity, and for spiritual expansion, and why waiting to do it until you feel the motivation isn't going to work. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So when I said, well, first of all, welcome to my channel. I'm a psychic clairvoyant and a registered nurse, and I see energy fields. Okay. So your physical body is made up of molecules. It's in that quantum frequency. It's got those elements that make your physical body have matter. So what is matter? Like the chair that I'm sitting on is made up of matter. The microphone that I have is made up of matter. Touching my body is made up of matter. Well, your lighter spirit, your higher self, your higher soul is also, it has a denseness to it. It has a matter to it. But at this current time that we're living in, we don't always necessarily see it. Some of you are sensitive enough to feel when someone moves close to you and they're thinking about you, or maybe you feel an angel in the room with you, that you can feel that shift of the energy. That has a form of matter. But in this essential tip, where we want to focus on our physical body this year, that's going to be essential. Why? Because your spiritual changes are off the hook. Like it's going to be so accelerated, you're not going to know if you're coming or going. So if I'm finding myself really challenged to ground, my favorite go-to physical attention is to go for a walk. That's what I like to do. I like to go for a walk. For some of you, doing yoga, doing stretches, others doing CrossFit training, others may exercise through golfing or through dancing. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get your physical movement in. And as I said, most of the time people don't like it very much. Now, I know my ex-husband loved to go to the gym and loved to build muscles and loved to go to weightlifting competitions and had high levels of respect for what someone needed to do to get that chiseled body, or to get the defined muscles. He knew how hard someone had to work for that to happen. And that really, he enjoyed watching that. But I lived with him long enough to know that it was a real push on many days for him to get up and say, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. It was something that if he wanted the outcome of feeling physically strong, that's what he was going to need to do. So when I talk about the physical body and the spiritual body, we need both for balance. Why? Because remember, we're creating a light body, and that means physical resilience, physical elasticity, your body's ability to expand beyond the rigid, critical, judgmental, perfectionistic, I'm always trying to think of all, doubt-filled ways that can cause a lot of rigidness in the body. And so when you go and you do some exercise, it really helps warm up your physical body. So your physical body all the cells get really activated, and you can start to shed a lot of the restraints that can get between you and expanding. So, yeah, we know our spiritual body is different from our physical body, but let's think of it like if you wanted to go to the moon and you thought, wow, I really want to become an astronaut. I want to fly to the moon. I want to do whatever it takes. So right away, in high school, you start taking lots of math classes, lots of science classes. You choose specifically the university that you're going to want to go to help you really calculate things and be able to be really great at tech things. And then you go to the NASA astronaut school or whatever country you're living in that might have a space program. You're learning how to really work with anti-gravity. You're learning how to run the panels in the rocket ship. You're going to learn how to dock at the docking station. You're going to learn how to eat food out of a bag. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to do. And then you're going to have to take all that additional training to land on the moon, get your spacesuit on, and go out and work with the heavy boots so that you don't fly off the moon, right? That can take years of expertise, years of focus, years of training. So that's how your physical body functions. Your spiritual body, you think, oh, I want to go to the moon, and pop, you're there. It's like you can feel the earth's, dust, dirt under your feet. You can feel the dark side of the moon feels cooler and the light side of the moon feels warmer. You can feel the depth of changes just in your spirit. And I encourage you for fun to imagine and play that you're flying to the moon. You can fly around the moon. You can go down into the craters. And so many people, if you're sensitive enough, can get those sensations. So that spirit is fast, your physical body's a bit slower. But let's say that you're not doing any type of physical movement, that your spirit, it takes a lot of energy for your spirit to move your body. I had an out-of-body experience, so I remember what it was like that once my spirit became very sensitive, and then I was back in my body, it was like just picking up my leg and stepping forward. My spirit's got to be pretty darn strong to be able to do that. But now let's say that you've got rigid muscles and rigid bones, you don't have much flexibility, that spills over into the rest of your life. So this essential tip is, do you want to make things a little easier for you as you navigate this incredible time of change on our planet? If you do, don't wait to be motivated. Get out there and just walk. And I remember when I wanted to start walking again after I was sick with breast cancer, it was like, all right, just go to the corner stop sign and back. For some of you, you'll walk out in your backyard and come back in the house. That will be your very first step. For others of you, you may have been an Olympian, that you were a really high level in physical fitness, but you just did it so much that you just resisted. It's just like, I just can't do any more physical anything. So again, just restructure what it is that you want to do. But physically, we're going to have to build resilient bodies so that when we go to expand, our physical body can expand with you without getting those ascension symptoms that can cause you to feel, those flu-like symptoms and those headaches. And remember, physical fitness also enhances your immune system so that you can be more resilient, and any kind of illness, viruses, bacteria, all that stuff just kind of bounces off of you. I remember it wasn't that, I would say it was about 10 years ago, I was invited to travel with the Canoncito tribe in New Mexico out onto their sacred land. And they did tell me that we were going to do a round trip where it was going to be 8 miles out to the sacred area and 8 miles back. So that's 16 miles round trip. And I thought, holy smokes, I can barely walk 1, 2, or 3 miles. But I had that goal. I wanted to be able to do it. I wasn't sure if I could do it, but I wanted to be able to do it. And so I just started walking and I started practicing. I was able to build up to a 7-mile walk, but I wasn't able to do a 16-mile walk. And what I found was, when I was in that community, we were all different shapes and sizes. We were all different ages, from 98 years old down to 2 years old, that was making this 16-mile round trip journey. And it was like, once you just started, it's like you just forgot that you were walking that far. You were talking to people, you were enjoying their company. The land was so sacred and so light that your physical body could really feel enlightened and enhanced and flexible. And it didn't even judge 16 miles. Remember, that's just a mind thing. It didn't even judge the 16 miles. It was just like, I can do this. I can do this. And then we started helping each other in the group. And then it was just a lot of fun. We just didn't even know how far we had gone. And so if that helps you to get a buddy to go with you, to set some goals, then to do that as well. But try to get out a little bit every day. And if that's way too much, try to do it 2 to 3 times a week. So tip number 5, what was that? Tend to your physical needs. Now, physical needs can also be a massage. Physical needs can be taking a shower or a bath. Physical needs can be going to get a haircut, brushing your teeth, going to the dentist to get a checkup, going to the doctor to get a checkup. All those physical needs are ways that you're tending to your physical body in a way that it feels better. So it's not just exercise. And doing some things that are fun. I remember taking a belly dancing class for about 6 months, and it was a blast. And I totally forgot that my body didn't move that way. So essential tip number 5, tend to your body if you really want to have an easier time drawing upon these tools to help you navigate your life over this next year. All right, everyone. I would love to, as you're listening to this, put in the comments section, how do you tend to your body? And if it's physical things that you've learned that you really enjoy, that's great. And if it's pampering things, self-care things, what have you found that you really like to do for yourself as well? All right, everyone, take care. And I look forward to seeing you on the next Essential Tips.